Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're off to a great week. Today I am working on this binder, which I am turning into a recipe cookbook theme journal. So it's one of these, if in case you haven't seen these before. I think they're really pretty. They are from, they are vintage. And on this one, I'm leaving the charts here without covering them up because I think they're really in good shape, and I don't want to cover them up myself. If the person who gets this wants to cover them up, they can. But I thought I would leave them. So they're in good shape. The outside is in really nice shape. I wiped it down, but it wasn't really even dirty. So I started by putting some pretty scrapbook paper pages in here. So I've got this one, which is double-sided. I've got this one, which is double-sided, but there was a little extra piece here, which I turned into a tuck spot. And then this one here is my gingham paper, which is one-sided. And I made a little fold out with that in a tuck spot here. So I thought I'd make one more of those, and I like to do it like that so I'm making the most out of the paper. So let me show you on this one. I'm going to make one more of those at least from this gingham paper that I like. This is all cardstock type scrapbook paper. So all I did, because I wanted to use, I didn't want to cut off anything and make a scrap or make trash. So I just took a piece like this and I have a template. When I do these type of binders, I usually take a page out of the binder and use it as a template. So I took this page out of the binder, and that's what I use for that page. But now I have a page, so I'm going to use this page that I already made. So let's cut. All I do for this is just cut it down to the length that I need. So I just want to make sure this is even here. Got a little bit movement there. So okay, so let's make sure this is all good to go, and then we'll make a cut here. So let me make sure this is flush against that little stopper there. Okay, it looks straight. Okay, so this piece we're cutting off the bottom, and then this is going to be my new page. So just like this one, let's see, it goes like this. Yeah, I had it like this. So let's cut our holes, except I'm not going to use that to cut my holes. I'm going to use my template, and the hole's going to go over here. So let's punch our holes. So this is how I punch my holes. I just use that page that I pulled out as a template and put it on each page. Whenever I make a page, I just put it on each page, make my holes through the, punch them through the original holes so they're exactly in the right spot to put in the binder. So then for this page, you can see how it fits here. And then I made a little, side tuck right here. So I just folded this over and glued it down. I may sew it later, but you don't have to sew it. Art glitter glue or Fabri-Tac or whatever kind of good glue that holds paper together that you use should be okay. It should work and hold things together. So let me flatten that out nice and flat and get everything together there. And then I just let's see, my fold is right, like, let's see, where's my fold, like that. So what you need to do is make sure when you make this fold that you don't make it too far over so it's in the way of your little rings here. See, so I have this space here where this can go and go right down flat. It doesn't run into my rings, and so that's how I did that. So let me measure my fold with this one that I already did. So my fold is right here. Let me get this even. So yes, this is what I'm doing first. I'm getting some pages in here. And then I would like to, do all the rest, decorating and ephemera. So let me finish this fold and then we'll put this in here. Let's see, so it's about like right, and turn it this way if I can get it even. About right there at the top. There's my fold, and that should be straight. Yes, I think it is. I think it is. Okay. Okay, so I can put this one back in there. Actually, this is not exactly where things are going to go. I'm just kind of making pages, and I can rearrange. That is the fun thing about a binder like this. I can put them in how I think they should go, but whenever the person that gets it, whenever the person gets it, they can rearrange things however they want, right? So that is really a cool thing about binder journals. Okay, so there we go. Looking fluffy already, and I've only got 4 pages in there. Okay, so let's see. Let's pick out, I got a yellow and a green gingham. I have one more gingham here. Let's see, did I only have one more or 2 more? If I want a couple more gingham. Let's see, I don't want to do the same color. So I've got an orange. I mean, I can put that color in if I want. And I've got this color here, which is more of a pinky red, or more of a pink than a red. So I'm going to save that for the moment and see what other papers I have to put in there, which I already showed you, but I cut this one down. This was the page that had 6x6 pieces on it. So I went ahead and cut that. And so then I have this paper, so I can make a page with that. I'm trying to just use one of each paper so I don't have exactly the same paper until I want to repeat it. Okay, so this one I can use. This one has the pots and pans and different things on it. And so let's see, what's that have on the back? Okay, so I got one of those. Let's get one of these. Nope, this one has journal cards on it, so I got to cut that one up. So that one is off limits. And this is more of the 6x6. I already have one of those cut up. And I already have 2 of these pages in it. So I've got one of each here. Let's go ahead and get these done while we have time today. And so what I have 2 here. So let's make some single pages. So let's get our template here. And so for this, let me go ahead and cut off these. Let's see if I can do 2 at a time here with my paper cutter, and cut off this white strip that we don't need. And it makes it easier to cut because this is a 12-inch paper cutter, and when you leave the white strip on there, it makes it a little over 12 inches, right? So it doesn't really fit in your paper cutter. So then what you can do is usually get 2 pages out of one sheet like this, Let's see, I think I'll go ahead. Let me cut this bottom piece off because I don't want to cut it in 2 right now. I want to, well, actually I need some pockets on the bottom too. So let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I think I'll make a pocket on these 2 because I already have 2 side tucks. I have 2 flip outs. So now I need a couple pockets. Yeah, that'll work. So let's cut this lengthwise like this. That doesn't look quite even. Let me stack it again here. Something looked a little crooked there. Okay, so let me push it up against everything. Okay, that looks like it should work. Okay. Now I should be able to get 2 more pages out of this, but we'll do these 2 first. So let's, like I said, make some pockets here for our binder and decide which one. So if I do this, the pots and pans will be upside down, but if I do this, this is just a non-directional kind of a design here, or pattern, so I can just do that and not worry about direction. So let's do that. We'll fold this up. Now since it's a binder, I'm not going to, you know how I usually make the little triangle when I do the signatures in the middle, so you have a loose pocket. Since this is a binder and this side, one of these sides is going to be in the, hole punched, I'm going to leave it together so it's a nice solid piece that will be punched in. So there's one. Let's do the other one while we're at it. So again, this has all over pattern, and this has little aprons on it. It's so cute. So let's get our length on that one. And see what we can do here. Let me stack it like this and get it even at the top, and I think this is a really good size for a pocket, so I don't have to really cut. I mean, you could make a smaller, more shallow pocket, but I think this is a really good size for a pocket. So let me make sure I'm getting it up right up there. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let me fold that, and then we'll go ahead and glue this down together. These pockets, I do like the art glitter glue on these because you get that. I think you get plenty of glue. You can get plenty of glue on there and not take up too much space. You know what I mean? Like the wider your glue, the less it takes away from your pocket, space away from your pocket. I'm sure you've noticed that if you make journals. So yeah, I do like that art glitter glue because of that. But I wouldn't hesitate, if I didn't have art glitter glue, I would not hesitate to use my Fabri-Tac. Those are my two glues, so, and they both hold paper very well, so no worries. Okay, let's do this one. It was a warm day in North Carolina this week, or this past weekend. It was a warm weekend, I should say. Very enjoyable, actually, because it was a little cool on a couple of days last week, and I was like, it's going to be cold from now on, but we had 81 degrees on Saturday, so very pleasant, if I do say so. Okay, so let's poke our holes, punch our holes, and we'll have 2 more pages. Can't wait to decorate and make some ephemera. I have to look through my ephemera that I already have and see if I have any cookbook stuff made. I might. Okay, so I think I want this to be the first page. I love all these little, blender and things on here. So then I have a gingham, and of course there'll be other pages in between here when I get around to putting some of the pages from the book back in here and those cool envelopes. But let's put this one here for the moment, see how it fits. Yes, it's fitting good, see? And there's our pocket. Very cool. Okay, so we've got the decorated, the gingham, this one, decorated gingham, and another one of these. Oh, I gotta punch holes in this one. I have a sweatshirt on today, but I'm at the moment quite warm. I should take it off. Because I have a shirt underneath it too, because I got earlier, it was cool in the morning, and then I put my sweatshirt on, and it's like stays cool in the house, you know what I mean? Even though it gets warmer outside, it stays cool in our house. So it's like I will just leave my sweatshirt on all day. Okay, so that is good to go right there. Yes, that looks good. Everything's in and nothing's poking out the bottom or the top, or the sides. Okay, so let's see. So I had those other 2 pages here, and so I would like to go ahead and make 2 more pages out of these, and I think I might as well. I think I would really like to make 2 more pockets the same way. So I know we just did that, but I couldn't do 4 at one time. And these need to be cut down a little bit. These are a little bit too wide because this is 12-inch papers, and the page here is 5.5. So, but I want to make pockets instead of side tucks on these, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this little piece off. I'm sure I can make some little mini tags, tiny tags out of this little strip here, or use it for something else. But I will save those. So the same thing, I'm going to do the same thing as far as making the pockets. So we'll measure real quick here and make some more pockets. I think I'm going to put the holes on the opposite side though, so that the pockets are on the other side, you know what I mean? I'll show you if that doesn't make sense. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have to make sure I put punch my holes on the side that I'm thinking of. So I will I will show you in the journal what I just did and show you what I'm talking about on these pages. Okay, so let me make sure that is square. Okay, that one's square. Okay, so what I'm saying is, see how this one, the pocket is facing this way. I want it on the other side. So I want it this way. So I need to punch the holes on this side. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, my hole punch and my template is what I need. Okay, let me glue these down first. And then I will punch my holes. Don't want to get ahead of myself. All right. Let me make sure that is square real quick. Looks like it's a little tiny bit off there. Nope, nope, it's square. Okay. It's good. Okay. And then this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so like I said, I gotta remember what I'm doing here. So the pocket's here. See, if I punch the holes on this side, it would be the same. So I don't want it the same. I want it this way. So let's get these holes punched. So I want to make sure this is on the right, in the right place. Okay, and then punch my holes in the right place. I try not to go over the paper. I try to get it right in the middle of that hole. Then I'll know it will be in the right place on here. Okay, so since I already have one of these there, let's put another one here. Just to put it in here, make sure it flips right. Okay, looking good. And then the other one, we can put back here. So again, I want the pocket this way. So, trying to put this paper kind of like right in the middle of this paper too, if that makes sense. Like if there's a little bit, if it's a little bit longer on either end, that's okay. I just want the holes right in the middle as far as lengthwise. Let me kind of stack it there so it's even with the edge. I don't want the holes to be too far in. They really kind of got to be in the right place. Okay. So now these pockets on these pages are on the other side, kind of like on the back side. The other ones were on the front side. All right. So the next thing I want to do is go through and pick out some pages from the original pages in some pockets and things like that. So here they are. So let's put this up here for a second, and I will put my glue pen back in here. Okay, so let's see. So this was pages that were in that book, this cookbook that looks like the original owner put. It was like a, community cookbook or church cookbook or something, and she put the pages in the front of this cookbook. So I'm going to take those and keep those out for right now because I really don't think I'm going to be able to fit those in there. Let's see. Actually, here's a few more. Let me see where it stops. Okay. And the actual cookbook starts. Well, here's the first divider page. So I think all of this, I want to kind of keep these in order though, in case I want to use them for ephemera or come back and get one of these pages because they have some cool old recipes on them, I'm sure. So So I'm going to keep those. I have cleaned out my project cart. If you watch my reorganization videos, I use my little 3-tier cart that rolls around, the rolling cart for my projects. So I cleaned out the top 2. I had my Halloween stuff in there. I put it away. I've got it now set up for my cookbook journal here. So plenty of room to put things over to the side. Okay, so this is the first divider page, and this little index to recipes. I'm not totally sure exactly. There's quite a few divider pages. Let me see. Did I count them? Yeah, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not that many. I could actually probably fit all those in there. So let's start with that. So like I said, I want this first page to be in here, and then put some divider pages in here, and these can be decorated. You know, I've done that. Oh, here's a copyright here. Is this the copyright? No, that's just who it was made by. It does have the copyright mark there, but it says National Blank Book. Anyway, it's not blank. Oh, it says 1970 right here. So this must be 1970. Okay, I think it says 1970. Okay, so if I have one piece of scrapbook paper starting, and then let's see how many pieces of scrapbook paper I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means I'd have, as it is now, I'd have one piece of scrapbook paper in each section if I use all of the divider pages. So let's see how much room they're pretty thin, and I think they're a lot of fun to decorate. You know, you can add pockets to them or whatever you want to do. I'm going to put the divider pages in here, and then I guess I don't have to keep opening and closing it, do I? Let me just flip this over, and then put the other some of these envelopes I want to put in there. But I'm going to keep all of this in order as I'm removing these divider pages, okay? So I'll have a divider page, 1 scrapbook paper so far, and then I'll add some of these envelopes, because I definitely have to have some of these envelopes in here. So let me flip this. I think I will have, so I can add more, you know, if I have room, I would like to add more scrapbook paper, but it's, you know, like I said in my first video, you'd be surprised at how quickly these little binders fill up. Okay, so let me see, I have one more here. Is that it? And this is all blank pages right here. So, like, they give you, it seems like whenever I've found these binders, they give you, it must come with all this paper here for you to write on. So, a very nice writing paper. So, I'm going to keep all that in order and put one more back here. Did I do that right? These holes all seem to be good. I'm not going to be pulling on them myself or even trying to turn them too much so that I don't, you know, myself make a mistake and try to, like, wear one out or something. But let's see, I've got, let's see, oh, this is not a divider page. That's what I did wrong, because I counted and it wasn't. So I actually need to move them up one, or I can just leave them like that and put another piece of scrapbook paper back here. Because I do like, this is a nice beginning index to recipes. I can leave it like that. And maybe it was meant to be, right? Okay. So I'll put probably one more piece of scrapbook paper back here, because I wanted one piece of scrapbook paper in each section. And I wanted to start with a piece of scrapbook paper so I could start and end with a piece of, you know, pretty scrapbook paper. So let's, we have time to add that real quick. Maybe I'll add that off video because you've seen me do that. Let's look at these envelopes. So I think, I'm not sure. Oh, I missed this. I missed a tab too. Okay. Let's see that. This was at the beginning here. So let's put that right here, right after this index page. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we've got the index and then the divider and then all of those. Okay, so let's start with this first envelope, and I kind of think I will take the recipe little clippings and things out. Then I'll see what ephemera I put in here, and then we'll put back in some of the little recipes. So I'm kind of going to turn them upside down there and keep them in order. So I'm going to say I'll put 3, for right now, I'll put 3 back in here. So here's one envelope, and then we'll go like to the middle here. Let's see if we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's put one here. So I'm just going to take the next one. Let's see what this has in it. These envelopes are like new. It's like there's stuff in them, but it's like this one's new. Like it was, well, there's nothing in it, so maybe it was never used. Like this one, let's see, is this worn at all? Let me take the little clippings out and things and see what it looks like without anything in here. So yeah, the holes don't really look worn. Can you see that? They really don't look worn, like they've been turned a lot. So there's a little bit of something right there, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. And when I do these type of journals, I put in a page of reinforcements. You know how you get the little reinforcements and they come in like pages? Yeah, I usually enclose one with my binder journals. And I make my own reinforcements too, so I might include some of those. That would be fun. So I don't want the envelope to be the last page, so I'm going to put it right here. The third envelope, I think that was 2, and this is number 3. So let's see. I showed you in the first video, kind of took some of these out and showed you what was in here. But again, everything looks good. And yep, okay, so this one can go here. So I don't have too much time left, but let me show you. When I say how quickly these fill up, let me show you already. Just, you saw everything I added, except I had 2 pages in here when I started the video, or 3 pages in here when I started the video, but look how full it looks already. You know, and I'm not going to make it alligator mouth because I want the person that gets this to be able to put whatever they want in here, and they can make an alligator mouth if they want to. But I don't want to do that, so that they feel like they have plenty of room to put their stuff in. And so yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to do another video hopefully this week working on this and put back in some of those, you know, there's a handwritten and clippings and all kinds of things in here. Look, pretty recipe card. So I'll be putting some of this back in there and then adding ephemera and stuff, and we'll see how fat it gets. Here's what I have left from the original. This is all, looks like it was from the original binder, and then the stuff that was put in by the original owner that wasn't part of the original binder is this right here. So it's almost as much as what came with it. This looks thick because there's quite a bit of clippings in this envelope here. This one feels pretty much empty, and this one has a lot in it. So it's actually probably thinner. If you mash it together, it's not that much, but I will tell you about that in my next video. So, like, I'm keeping this in order, like I said, and this too. So I'm going to put that over to here to the side and work on this in my next video. So I hope you enjoyed the start of it, and I think it's looking great already. Look at the little tabs, aren't they cute? So I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Happy crafting.